This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
In the wake of ex-tropical cyclone Alfred over the weekend, Fitz and Whip decided to kick off the week with some hard-hitting, Walkley Award-winning journalism.
Hello, BP.
We're just checking in to see if the big prawn is okay in Ballina there.
I have no idea.
Awesome. But like any good journalist,
I can give you to someone else that might know.
they remained undeterred
Have you got a
I don't
customer
know.
there? Can
Is
you...
anyone from Ballina?
and got to the bottom of the story.
The big prawn is in one piece, but one antenna did fall off during the storm.
Wow. Okay.
Damn.
Everything else about it's perfectly fine.
That's so good to know.
We're going to buy you a pie and a can of V there, mate. It's on us this morning. Well done.
Oh, can I at least use the staff discount?
Of course, mate.
Legend. But once Chrissy Swan arrived in the studio,
Chrissy Swan is here, guys.
the topics became much less serious.
We're talking about school rivalry. How ugly does it get?
You mentioned King Couple. I was a North Shore girl. One game got out of control at basketball and it ended up with me being scratched on the face with blood drawn.
You got to be very careful because they would have amazing legal representation, King Copper,
Yeah,
wouldn't they,
but-
with some of the
Indeed.
parents?
They've got Jesus on their side.
Since it was announced that Irene would be leaving Home and Away,
Lynn McGranger has spent decades at Summer Bay.
of course, we had to get Lynn on the show.
Lynn McGranger, welcome to the show, you beautiful
Hello,
thing.
Lynn.
Thank you.
And she never, ever disappoints.
Can you tell us some of the sayings that Irene has brought to Summer Bay over 33 years?
Way back when Moses was playing fullback for Egypt. She says girly a lot. She says flippin' a lot. Flippin' heck. Park your bum, girly. You and me need to have a chin wag.
And after Whipper asked the most obvious question,
How is she going out?
I can't tell you.
Lynn did give us some of her own ideas.
Maybe she can just get hit by a bus outside the diner. Because it's quick. And I don't know, Irene abducted by aliens. It's just not.
But they are certainly better than Fitzy's ideas.
Well, what about blow up a few gas bottles or something at the caravan park?
Well, we've
or-
done that. We've
No,
done
really what about a meth lab in Yabby Creek?
Hang on a minute. All right, thanks, Lynn.
Flaming mongrels!
The guys had Melbourne Storm coach Craig Bellamy on the show this week.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Have a look at him on a fresh Melbourne morning.
And even though he's an AFL guy, Fitzy was still pretty excited to talk to him. So excited that I think he broke the record for the longest question ever asked on radio. Let's have a listen.
Do you know what, Craig Bellamy, to watch this documentary, mate, it's amazing. Can I say congratulations first of all, and thank you for doing this because there's so many sporting fans out there.
2 hours later.
Mate, you are one of the greatest coaches that this country's ever produced. You were put on this earth to lead young men, and
7 hours later.
the biggest thing, I sat down and watched this with my two boys, Craig, and I think the biggest thing that I learned about this, it's not about football.
Much later.
To have that culture and that work ethic is big for you, isn't it?
Well,
Well, good thing you got that question out, Fitz. We've got 30 seconds left of the interview.
thanks a lot, guys. Really enjoyed it.
Chrissy Swan has been a little more distracted than usual this week. During I'm Still Standing, this happened.
Melissa, I've got a question for you to kick things off. I am on a search for a great pair of jorts, and I can see that you are wearing it. Can you just tell me where you got those?
Are they jean shorts?
They're from
Yes,
Glassons.
jorts. They're from Glassons.
And we're not entirely sure what happened to her during Song to Song Song Song.
Not me.
I mean, in any voice you want.
Rise without a fuss.
No, we heard it.
Move it the moment you own it.
I think this is a live stroke that's happening on radio this morning.
But it turns out all she really wanted to do was have a quick chat about her new stapler.
You know how,
amazing.
with the staplers it would get to a certain point and then you'd have to push it harder?
You have to push it harder, and then it like pleats and buckles and This is, I don't go anywhere without it.
Thankfully, that was off air.
Keep that quiet.
One of our favourite guests, Sam Pang, joined the show on Thursday.
The magnificent Sam Payne.
Good morning.
Makes his debut on his very own Tonight Show.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Swanee.
How big is the Sam Payne Tonight legal team? That's what I
That's
want to
true,
know.
because live television, you can be
be a loose cannon. I've seen things come out of your mouth and gone, well, that's going to be a phone call after.
It was a chat
I
after
appreciate you
9.
taking that call for me because I was out the door.
And if you thought Lynn McGranger was being a bit cagey about what was going to happen to her character on Home and Away,
How is she going out?
I can't tell you.
just try asking Sam Pang what's going to happen on his show.
There'll be a monologue,
Yep.
and then after that, there's lots of segments, and hopefully there'll be guests. Yeah, no, but
you're not
don't
giving-
tune in for the guests,
You're
guys.
not
I'm telling
giving
you
it
that
away.
now.
But at least Whipper managed to wedge in there that he'd once done a late night show.
It was caught on the couch with Whipper.
Once,
It was on at 2 a.m. in the morning on Channel 10.
11 years ago.
It was a disaster.
And the biggest guest he had on his show?
Tommy, the overweight Russell Brand looking producer.
Hi, Whipper.
Well, I think that says it all.
Oh, God, I love a laugh.
I'm Snitch. Catch you guys next week. Fits in Whipper with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, download the Nova Player via the App Store or Google Play.
The Nova Player.